some things happened last year. You had a great post All-Star break. Jack was more than a point game. Jesper had a break. But were people missing some of those things? And that was kind of a springboard to this year.
I mean, everyone improves over the summer. I think every line right now is going well and doing his job, and that's the main thing. Like, we're playing as a team, and everyone is getting a year older and more experienced. And like I said earlier too, like, we got new guys coming in that help our team this year. And last year we haven't had a longer stretch with the full lineup, so that was definitely something that was missing last year as well.
Why was it important for you to come back on Saturday? That was a pretty vicious cross-check.
I mean, if I'm able to play, I'll play. And yeah, it was obviously a hurt, but for me, wasn't broken, so it was good to go.
Nico, what do you think, you guys, with this win streak and what you've done so far this season? I know it's not something you think about, but what have you think you've proven to the rest of the NHL about your team?
Yeah, that we're a team. Like, we're a good team, and I think some teams probably would have, even like before the season, even some analytic guys took us for granted, and so proved them wrong, and shows sometimes that people let people talk and just focus in the locker room and believe in yourself, believe in the group you have, and but we know it's early of the year. Like, we don't want to hype this up too much. We just want to stay steady and improve our game and get a better team.
Damon, what do you remember from the last time you guys played Edmonton that, you have to really focus in on tonight, or, maybe just that is something that...
A lot of rush chances. They're a really good rush team. Obviously, got a lot of speed, make plays. So we just got to try to eliminate their rush. Obviously, we got to be smart. And when we're in the offensive zone, when we do get chances, they're able to turn back against us really quickly. And when they get that time and space, they can make plays. So that's a key for sure. And then just, trying to eliminate their speed through the neutral zone. They got world-class players over there that can come through pretty hot if you let them. So try to do that.
What's it like when you have two teams like you guys who rely so much on their speed, so much on the transition game, and what do you appreciate or enjoy about going up against a team that's similar to yours in the way they play?
Yeah, it makes for a fun game for sure. When for the fans, obviously as players, the speed and the skill in the game is great to play with, and it's hard to play against. So it's definitely a challenge, but it's just that style aspect of the game, and not every game is the same in this league. So we got to be prepared for their speed, but to match that, we got to use ours as well. So hopefully we're able to bring our A game tonight off the road trip and get our legs going early and use our speed to match theirs.
And how much does it mean to just be able to get those first 5 minutes where you guys are dialed in? I mean, we've talked to Lindy, we've talked to a lot of guys where that sort of seems to be the main area where you guys are working on. How do you channel that? How do you get there?
It's just being ready. I mean, it's it's not like a special sauce or anything we're looking for. It's just coming out, everybody getting their first shift right away and getting into the game as soon as possible, and just not waiting for later in the first, second shift, second period, third period to kind of really turn it on. We want to turn it on right off the bat and keep that going throughout the whole 60-minute game.
What has it meant to this group, to you as someone who's been here for a long time, to see this run that you guys are on?
It's very cool. We've been on runs that have went the opposite way for a lot of years I've been here, unfortunately, so it's nice to be on the good side of it and hope to continue that.
About how hard it is to win 12 in a row in anything at any level. How would you describe this run by the Devils?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing really good hockey, so it's obviously fun, and the fans are enjoying it. So I mean, we're playing a really good brand of hockey right now, so 12's pretty good.
When you guys go out on the ice right now, do you believe you're going to win that night?
I mean, yeah, you think you believe you're going to win every game, but I think we got a ton of confidence right now, and it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're just going to play our game, and we've liked the results recently.
You think about 17. Now, people have brought up that the longest streak in history is 17 by the Penguins in the 90s. That was so long ago, 30 years ago. And you think, do you guys think about that at all?
Not really. I mean, we're happy with where we're at, but we're just taking it a game at a time, and hasn't really been a thing. We've just, there's a record or nothing like that. It's more of just, we're taking it a game at a time and trying to climb up the standings and keep it going. So, I mean, 17, we got 5 games to go before we get there. So, got McDavid coming to town tonight. I think we got to worry about that first.
You know, Nico was talking about the confidence of this team and just having healthy players, but from your point of view, what was the biggest difference from last year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got a bunch of new players. You know, our goalies are standing on their heads right now. They're playing really good hockey. I think everyone took a step forward too. You know, we got guys playing well. Nico's having a career year. Bradder's having a career year so far. You know, Dougie's brought his A game this year, so got a lot of guys stepping up and playing really well. And you know, obviously with the new guys too. So we're clicking well right now, and we want to keep going.
Jack, how would you describe the chemistry of this team?
Yeah, it's early in the season still. You know, it's still building, but, you know, like I said, we're doing pretty well right now, and we'd like to keep it going, but we hope to just get better as the year goes on.
Jack, what are the intricacies playing against a team that also relies so much on their speed the way you guys do?
Yeah, like obviously they're a really fast team. You know, they're dangerous off the rush, and that's how a lot of their offense comes. So we got to be sharp tonight and ready to play a hard style.
As this team continues to play the way they have, were some of the signs like last year, but maybe got lost in it was such a bad year? Were there some players showing what they can do?
Yeah, you know, I think when you look at offensively what some of our guys did, they took really good strides in the right direction. And you know, I think if you looked at our D zone numbers last year, you know, playing in the D zone and in the way some of our defense played back there, those numbers were good. So there was signs that you know, we were capable of winning.
The challenge for Edmonton is clear. It's the two top scorers in the league. But what else concerns you about Edmonton?
Well, you know, speed. I think a power play that one of the most dangerous power plays in the league. So that you know, we've got to be disciplined and make sure that we're staying out of the box. And if we take a penalty, it's a good one. But you know, they got good speed. It was a heck of a game. It was a speed duel in Edmonton. So I wouldn't anticipate anything different.
Coming off the road trip, what's the concern that any coach might have with the home game to, you know, again, as you kind of get used to this area again?
No, I think, you know, we're focused and, you know, the guys are hungry. I think when you're winning, it's a great atmosphere. And, you know, coming home, I think sometimes that extra little bit of time maybe takes a little bit to get going. But you know, it was an afternoon game. It wasn't a late night. So I think a lot of things in our favor.
Last one from me, 1,650 games for you tonight, 5th all-time as an NHL head coach. What's kept you at it all these years, and does the juice still run the way it did, say, 20 years ago?
Oh, for sure. You know, I think I love the game. You know, I love being around the players. I love the competition. You know, the game has really grown a lot, you know, and I think the skill level of the game is incredible. So, you know, just being part of a group, even this year's group, it's exciting to put the skates on and be out there with them every day.
What's the confidence level right now for this club, Lindy?
I mean, the confidence level is high, but we've tried to maintain a pretty even keel. Haven't got too excited about the wins. Try to enjoy them for a little bit, but know that the next opponent is always going to be our next biggest challenge.
Lindy, when you look at Jack Hughes' evolution as a hockey player, where have you seen the most growth in your 3 years here?
You know, I think strength-wise, really, you know, from year 1 to year 2, and then again from 2 to 3, where, you know, all of a sudden you're stronger in a lot of areas. You're stronger in the face-off circle. Defending-wise, you're a stronger player. You can take on players man on man. I think his understanding of the game, what's there to take. And at certain times of the game, you know, what you got to give up. And that takes a little bit of time for any young player.